There is a power in silence that most will never understand, especially in a world that shouts, demands, and constantly distracts. But the woman who learns to be silent learns to master more than just her voice. She masters her energy. You don't need to scream to be heard. You don't need to chase to attract. You don't need to explain yourself to be valid. You don't need to fight for what already belongs to you. Silence is not weakness. It is strength refined. They told you silence is weakness, but they never told you silence is strategy. In a world that constantly tells women to speak louder, prove more, and explain themselves endlessly, choosing to be silent becomes a radical form of power. Silence isn't about being passive, it's about being intentional. It's knowing when your energy is too precious to waste on what doesn't serve your growth. A woman who remains silent in moments of chaos is not avoiding confrontation, she is prioritizing her peace. She doesn't argue to be understood. She lets her presence speak. She doesn't react, she observes. That's where her power lies. When you master the discipline of silence, you shift from being reactive to being reflective. You begin to choose your battles with wisdom, not emotion. You start commanding attention without needing to raise your voice, because the most dangerous woman is not the loudest. It's the one who doesn't need noise to be noticed. Silence opens the door to awareness, and awareness is where true power begins. When a woman chooses to stay quiet, she steps into a position of control, not just over situations, but over herself. She's not distracted by the noise around her. She's focused on what lies beneath it. Observation isn't weakness, it's strategy. It allows her to see what others miss. She studies people's intentions, listens between the lines, and reads energies that words try to hide. The loudest room reveals the deepest secrets to the one who listens most. In silence, she watches everything: the fake smiles, the subtle manipulations, the hidden insecurities behind arrogance. While others are speaking to be seen, she's observing to understand, and understanding is power. Because the woman who observes doesn't react, she plans. She moves with precision, not impulse. She responds when it's most impactful, not when it's most expected. Her silence isn't absence, it's preparation. There's a certain grace in knowing that not every situation deserves your voice. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. A wise woman understands that silence is sometimes the loudest and most effective response. When you're constantly explaining yourself, defending your worth, or reacting to negativity, you're giving away your power piece by piece. Silence is not surrender, it's self-respect. It's knowing that your energy is too valuable to be wasted on proving something to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You don't have to respond to gossip, defend your character, or argue your truth. Your presence, your peace, your progress. They all speak louder than any explanation ever could. Sometimes, silence is how you protect your emotional boundaries. It keeps you in alignment. It keeps you focused. Let others speak in circles. Let them shout into the void. You choose your silence like a queen wears her crown. You were never meant to chase what's already aligned with your destiny. The woman who is grounded in her silence becomes magnetic. She doesn't run after validation, attention, or love. She attracts it. Her energy speaks before she even opens her mouth. When you are silent, centered, and confident in who you are, everything that belongs to you starts gravitating toward you. You don't force connections, opportunities, or outcomes. You let them find you because you've created a frequency that draws the right things in. Silence sharpens your aura. It clears the static and lets your true essence shine through. While others chase noise, you master stillness, and in that stillness, you become unforgettable. People notice your peace, they feel your depth, they remember your calm, because silence makes you a mystery in a world that's too loud to listen, and mystery invites pursuit, not explanation. That is the power of your presence. Your peace is your most sacred possession, and silence is how you protect it. In a world where everyone is reacting, defending, proving, and pleasing, the woman who chooses stillness is the one who truly wins. You don't need to raise your voice to be seen. You don't need to defend your boundaries to make them valid. Peace doesn't live in chaos, it lives in restraint, and that restraint is powered by silence. When someone tries to provoke you, your silence is not weakness, it's wisdom. You're not suppressing emotion, you're preserving your spirit. You're not ignoring the noise, you're refusing to absorb it. Every time you choose silence over reaction, you choose alignment over approval. You're not meant to fight every battle or fix every misunderstanding. Some things are beneath your peace, some words are unworthy of your response. Silence keeps you grounded while others spiral, and that groundedness becomes your shield. Stillness is not emptiness, it is preparation. It's the sacred pause before divine alignment. When a woman learns to embrace stillness, she's not doing nothing. She's doing the inner work that the world cannot see. In stillness, you heal, you align, you recalibrate your energy to match what you truly desire. You begin to attract, not because you hustle harder, but because your spirit is finally in sync with what you're praying for. Silence makes room. It creates a spiritual vacancy for blessings to enter, for clarity to emerge, and for doors to open in divine timing. While others rush, push, and panic, the woman who sits in stillness becomes a vessel for provision. She trusts the quiet moments, knowing they are not delays, they are design. She doesn't panic in waiting seasons because she understands that stillness is often where strength is built. She prepares in